It's time to improve our agent using voice features in Tana. In this lesson, we are going to use two different voice features in Tana. We are going to record a voice memo explaining what we want to learn in our target language, and then AI is going to process that request and extract the new words that we want to learn. So this lesson is going to serve as an example of how you can use voice memos, record them either on your mobile or in your desktop, and then use that information and integrate it with commands and with agents in Tana. So let's get started here. We will start by looking at this command called new request, because this is going to help us understand what is this new super tag that we are working with and how it works. So here I'm going to run this straight away, and you will see that we created a vocab request item inside our testing ground for lesson 4. And this is done using this insert Tana paste command, where we are simply entering this input of a vocab request text with the vocab request super tag. And here we are also expanding this node in order to see our testing ground whenever we create a new request. We are using our familiar run a command line command, and here we have simply used the command line called expand. And this is what happened here once we run this new request. If I click this again, you will see we just generated this second item here. These are both expanded. And let's use this to understand how we are going to use these voice features in this lesson. This vocab request has this field called original transcript. So we are going to demonstrate these two different ways to capture the transcript into this field. Let's start with the voice memo. So for that, I'm going to delete this super tag because I'm going to generate a new voice memo from our mobile capture. So I'm going to open up my phone here, and once I open the Tana app, we can go to this tab called capture. And here we have the voice option. And when I click this option, I can start recording a voice memo straight away. Here we go. I want to learn how to order a glass of water in a restaurant. And I would also like to learn how to order a traditional Italian dish for my dinner. Okay, so we are sending over this voice memo into Tana, and this usually goes to the day node. So I will open my today node here in the sidebar, and here you will see we have received this voice memo that we have just captured into our today node. And now I want to show you how to move this specific voice memo into the workspace where we have configured our language learning agent. So for this, I'm going to use the command line command, and I'm going to type in move. And when I click this command, we are going to be prompted to select the workspace where we want to send this note to. And now I want to select here the language learning voice agent, because this is where I have installed this, and I'm going to send this over to the home. And you can see we have moved this to the language learning voice agent workspace. Now let's open the home for this workspace in a side panel. And here we have the voice memo that we just captured using our mobile. So from here, I can move this to our testing ground so that we have everything organized. So let's indent this underneath. And now let's add the vocab request super tag. And now you will see that this transcribe request command appears. And this is the one that we see here below. And everything that we are doing here is to transcribe this audio into this original transcript field. So let's click this and you will see the same transcript that we have in this name of the node appear here in this field. And now you can see that the next command has appeared as an option for us to run, which is the build vocab from the request. So before we run this, let's take a quick look at how this command is configured. This command is split up into two parts. First, we are going to run an AI field, which is this translated phrase request, which is simply going to translate this phrase that we just spoke in English into Italian. And then we are going to run an Ask AI command, which is going to extract the vocab from this phrase. And here we have referenced the field of the translated phrase request. And from here, we are going to send this familiar structure that we have already seen in order to organize the information about a specific vocab into this format using all of the fields that we have specified, and also using the group of vocabs based on the list we already have. And this is going to save this answer with all of the extracted vocabulary words into this field called extracted vocab. So let's close this configuration and let's run our command for build vocab from request. And here you will see the first thing that's going to happen is that the translated phrase is going to appear. Here we have separated the phrase into two, which is first, to order a glass of water, and second, to order a traditional Italian dish. And now the next command is going to be executed in sequence, and here we will see the extracted vocab words start appearing here in the field for extracted vocab. Here we have extracted 6 new words, and if we open up one of these vocab words extracted for this phrase, all of the fields were filled in just as before, and AI has created this new vocab group for food and dining. So this is how this command works to build vocab based on a request that we generated using a voice memo. Now, before we wrap up this video, I want to show the other possibility that we can use to add information for this vocab request, and that is the audio fields. So let's create a new request again, and now you will see a new request appearing here, and this time we are going to use the audio field in order to capture our request. This is going to be done using this audio field configuration for this original transcript field. And if we open the configuration for this field, we can see that this is an audio enabled field. And here we can see that we are also using a post-processing command. Here we have added the build vocab from request command, which is the same that we have seen in action. So we have configured this audio field to automatically run this command after capturing our input. So let's see how this works in action. So let's click the command and let's capture a request. I want to watch a football match. Where is the nearest stadium? Okay, so let's finish this. And now you can see the field is automatically running, and the command to build the vocab from this request is also running, and the vocab words should start appearing here in the extracted vocab field. Okay, here we go. Now we have extracted these 5 different words, and they are related to this phrase, which means we have here stadium, soccer, a game, and a couple of verbs as well. So if we expand this, we can see that AI has added a new group for common verbs. So both of these are probably associated with this group. And For the ones related to soccer, we have now a vocab group for sports. So now our vocab list is growing, the group of vocabs is also growing, and we are doing that using these requests for new vocabulary. So this lesson showed this example of how we can use voice features to input information into Tana and then to run commands that use the transcript in order to generate other pieces of information. This means we have finished with version 5 of our V6 agent framework, which is to add voice processing to our agents. And in the next lesson, we are going to keep using these voice features, and we are going to connect them not only to commands, but also to call agents and start chats based on the inputs that we are capturing using our voice. See you there.